Hi, friend. How are you? It's Sunday morning and it is Crazy Quilty March day. I'm going to say it properly. Day 8. Got my nifty calendar. So you can download this. If you haven't, make notes. Check off what you're doing because I will have a random number giveaway when we're all done with this at the end of March. So are you loving this? 7 days. Who's done all 7 days of challenges? The whole goal I wanted to do was be sure that we had an opportunity every day to do something with our quilting. So in order to have I don't know, like a focus, a challenge, I have been doing these videos and I will do them through the end of the month. And I don't know, I'm thinking crazy. I might have to do more videos. What do you think? Let me know. Let me know what you like. So this is Sunday, and on the schedule, it says travel. So let's talk about that. What does quilty travel mean? It actually can go a lot of ways. And I want to focus on something specific today, which is always to give you something to think about, something to work towards or work on or do within your space. But travel, before I get to that, travel could be like going to quilt shows. It could be going on retreats. It could be stopping when you're out on vacation or out of town for some reason, across town even, stopping in the quilt shops. All of that is like quilty travel. It could be even, something like going to your friends who lives in another state and you get to go see all the shops that are there. That's all quilty travel. And also I think of traveling just a little bit about locally because you might have a sewing group. And so every time you go to your sewing group, you have to get all your stuff, right? And take it along with you. So you got to travel with your stuff. That's what I do. My friends, we meet once, sometimes twice a month, and we will bring handwork, because we're not hauling machines and stuff, because we're only there for about 2 hours, and we, get together, we chat, catch up, do a little sewing. Sometimes there's not much sewing, but there's a little bit of sewing. So I always have to have, and plus, when I would travel and teach, I would have a whole bag of stuff that I took, and that would be like my travel case. But what I learned over the years of going and taking my sewing on the road, even if it was just to my family, I would have some hand stitching with me, is I found a few things that were super important to make that successful so you didn't forget things. That's the big deal, is forgetting stuff, right? Have you ever gone somewhere and you've forgotten something major, like your needles or your thread? If you got another sewing person with you, they probably got some extra thread and needles in their bag. All of us carry extras. So let's talk about a travel bag. What I have is a tote. And I'm a bag lady. I have a zillion totes. So I'm just going to move the camera back here just a little bit and angle it down. So this bag is one that I made with my Bonnie Lane fabric, and it is super big. I mean, look how huge it is. You don't have to have a bag this big. You could have one just a little bit smaller. This one is my friend Amy Sinabaldi's pattern, and so I will link you over to that. And I've shown you that before, but it's a pretty easy bag to make. There's no zipper in the top, which means, since there's no zipper in the top, everything inside, let's move this down here, is in another bag, because I don't want pin cushions or needle cases or patterns or pieces of fabric falling out. So let's see, I have gotten these fabulous new gingham bags that came in at the Fat Quarter Shop, and so I got some, and they are super cool, because one of the things is that, let me just move the tote bag back over here a second. These are great for carrying your stuff because they're gusseted on the bottom. So they actually have like a flat bottom here, so that I can sit it up, sort of. It's pliable. There it goes. So it sits up. And then I can get out the big stuff. Like this one has a lot of fabric in it. And it also folds down really nice, lays in the tote bag really nice. But the other thing is I want to keep, like, here's the cross stitch stuff. So I've got all the cross stitch stuff, and I have duplicates. So let's talk about what duplicates are. You know, most of you have an extra ruler. You might have extra scissors, extra thread. So what you want to do is build yourself a travel kit. And in the kit, you know, take bags and put in them. Of course, my bags have other things in them. My bags have tins in them. So this is the cross stitch one. So I've got the thread in here, and then in one of the other tins, let's see. So this one has like the needle minder on top, so it's a excuse me, it's a magnet. But in there I have a highlighter because I like to mark off what I've already done, and I've got the little flower things to wrap. So I have duplicates. Like I have additional thread, and I have additional tins that I can keep one set in here if I want, or because it's in this zipper bag, it can come out. But it's dangerous to take too many things out of your travel kit, because what happens is if you take them out, then you don't have them. So I tend to build one kit that just stays in the bag. And I'm in the process of sort of converting that over right now. Just looking in that bag. There's just another one of these. But I'm in the process of converting everything over so that, like for the cross stitch, I have a duplicate, and I just have to then grab a bag with the pattern. But you want your ruler, and you want scissors and thread and needle threaders. So like these little needle threaders, I like these little containers to like keep around where I'm working, so I can just pick them, keep them tidy, you know, keep the scissors in there like this, and put a spool of thread. So all of that can go like sit next to the couch I made. But all these things I have duplicates in the sewing bag. So even the needle threader, there's a duplicate. So I have 3 or 4 of these. That way I don't have to go hunting for them. Like this green one is here for my studio. It stays underneath in a tote bag here. Whereas I have one in one of the bags like this for travel. And then I have one, oh, I'm sure I have another one in a travel bag. And then I had one when I was teaching, you know, put it in that bag. And it's really important because if you have to take things out, you know you're going to forget it. So that is super cool. Just keep everything duplicated, and it doesn't take much to duplicate it. It's not like you have to duplicate the whole world. It's just a small portion of your world has to be duplicated. The other thing is a sewing machine. I wanted to talk, I'm going to move these. These are going to be in the way. Hold on, let me just stick them on the floor. So if you're going to retreat or going to sew all day with your friends, it's nice to have a smaller travel machine. So a lot of you have asked me about what I use. And because my Solaris, my Baby Lock Solaris, is way too big to be a travel machine, I have a small travel machine. That is the Jubilant. So let me just, there we go. There she is. So sweet. Yes, so the Jubilant is an amazing little machine. It does a blanket stitch like I like. It does the wave for machine quilting even. It has that on here. It has a nice arrangement of stitches. And the coolest part is that you can stitch without a foot. And I know a lot of you do that on your big girl machines, your big boy machines. But like here, I have got the speed control dial. And then when I hit the start and stop, let me just put the presser foot down, because remember, this is a travel machine. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles. But I have it, I'll do it really low. So start and stop. So there I am, stitching along my 1/4 inch seam, and I could stop it, or I could start it, and then I could say, I need to go a little bit faster. And then I can stitch like this without a presser foot. I mean, without a foot pedal, I'm sorry. Without a foot pedal. So you're just sewing with your button. But this is a nice thing to have the travel machine. And then when you have your travel machine, you keep all the things with it. There we go. You keep all the things with it. You know, keep it in a case, and you keep its foot with it. You keep extra needles. You just have everything so that you can just pick it up and go. A lot of you have gorgeous little featherweights, and you do the same with those, but you might use a featherweight at home too, but you also have a featherweight to take on travel. So if you're going to have a travel kit, and today your challenge is to think about that. Do you have times when you really would like to have a little project? Maybe you take your English paper piecing, or you have maybe even a hand piecing project or a sewing project that you know you'll be taking your machine. Often you're only going to sew on this when you go sew with your buddies, or when you go to the lake house, or when you go to the beach house, or when you go to the mountains and you take vacation. You take your machine, you take a project, and everything will be together. So think about that. What do you have? And if you don't have duplicates yet, build yourself a duplicate kit. So get the bags, make yourself a big tote, and then put everything in that. So when you get ready to go, you just pick up your travel kit. And so that is your assignment today. Look at what you have and how you use it for travel. And do you have the duplicates? And if you don't, go and get the things that you need. If for some reason you only have one needle threader, and you love the needle threader, well, get a second needle threader. That's really easy. They're not very expensive. And then you have it. And everything is all ready to go. So thank you for watching my Crazy Quilty March. I have had a lot of great feedback so far. I'm hoping that by the end of the month you aren't sick of me. It's a lot of days. It's a lot of days every single day. But it's really fun. I'm having fun. I just love seeing what all of you are doing. So if you're not on my Facebook group, come over to Quilt Along with Pat Sloan, and I love you, by the way. I love you. It's on Sunday here for Crazy Quilty March. So I will see you online. Bye, my friends.